Hi guys, so we have an O-level past paper question from the year 2017. The session is October-November. This is question number 6. We'll discuss Venn diagrams and probability. So let's start. The question starts off with saying that the set of all elements has numbers between 10 and 20, including 10 and 20. Set A has all the odd numbers. Set B has all the multiples of 5. Part A1 says find the number of elements in A intersection B. First of all, let's write down all the number of elements in A. So, since all the odd numbers between 10 and 20 need to be listed down, the first one would be 11, the next one would be 13, the next one would be 15, then 17, then 19. Then we have to list down all the multiples of 5 in set B, so we can do 10, 15 and 20. The number of elements in between set A and B, there's only one element which is 15. So that means we write down 1 over here. The next part says find A complement union B. Okay, for this let's draw a rough Venn diagram. So when we draw this Venn diagram, I'm trying to squeeze this into the space we have. Okay, this won't do the work. Let's make a bigger one. 1 second. So when we draw a Venn diagram, we draw two circles for A and for B, A and B. First of all, let's list down the elements that are between A and B, that is 15. Now let's list down all the elements just for A. So that's 11, 13, 17 and 19. Now the elements for B, that include 10 and 20. But there are a few numbers that are neither part of A or B, which includes 12, 14, and then there's 16, and then there's 18. Now, when it says find the elements in A complement union B, that means first of all we have to look at every number that is outside A. That includes 10, 20, 18, 16, 14, and 12. Then we have to look at all the elements inside B. Since we have covered 10 and 20, we just look at 15. That means the number of elements inside A complement union B would include, they start from 10, then 12, then 14, then 15, then 16, then 18, and then 20. Okay, let's move on. A number R is chosen at random from elements. Find the probability that R is an element of A union B. Okay, first of all, the number of elements in A, A union B has a number of elements that are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Okay, and the total number of elements inside this Venn diagram, total number of elements in are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11. So the probability of choosing a number from A union B from the total would actually be, probability of choosing with this would be 7 over 11, because there are 7 possibilities out of a total of 11. So you write 7 over 11 over here. Okay, let's move on. The next part of the question says, in a survey, 40 people were asked what they had read that day. A total of 10 people had read a book. A total of 24 people had read a newspaper. 14 people had read neither a book nor a newspaper. By drawing a Venn diagram or otherwise, find the number of people who read both a book and a newspaper. So first of all, let's draw a rough Venn diagram over here. I'll try my best to draw it as neatly as possible. 1 second. 1 second. Okay, this is an easy question though, so we'll try to simplify it as much as possible. So here's our box for the Venn diagram. I'll just complete it by hand. 1 second. Okay, then there will be two circles, A and B, but we don't call them A and B. We call them B for books and N for newspapers. Okay, so we write B over here and N over here. I know the circles look really bad, but let's make use of them. So first of all, 14 people had read neither a book or a newspaper. So the first step is you subtract 14 from 40, you get 26. 26 people are between B and N. They are the number of elements. There are 26 elements between B and N. So 14 needs to be written over here. Now we have to look at what the intersection between B and N is. So since the question mentions that 10 people read a book and 24 people read a newspaper, but there are a total of 26 people. So if you subtract 26, one second. If you subtract 26 from the sum of 10 and 24, which would be 34 minus 26, which gives you 8, this 8 would be the intersection between B and N. 8 people read both books and newspapers. Now let's complete the Venn diagram. So if 8 people read both books and newspapers, that means 10 minus 8, 2 people read just books, and 24 minus 8, 16 people just read newspapers. This completes our Venn diagram, total of 40 elements inside this diagram. So the answer over here you write is 8. Why? Because they asked for the people who read both newspaper and books. Okay, the next part of the question says, 2 of the people who had read a book are selected at random. Work out the probability that they had read both a book and a newspaper. Okay, first of all, if you choose the first person, what is the probability of choosing the first person? So there are 8 people who read both out of 10. Why 10? Because they asked us that you have to choose 2 people from the ones who read books only. The second person that you chose should be 8 minus 1 because you already chose one person, and then you also do 10 minus 1 because you chose one person from the total number of people who read books. So the total probability, probability would be you multiply 8 over 10 with 7 over 9. 8 sevens are 56 and 10 nines are 90. If you simplify this, you get 28 over 45. So you write the answer over here, 28 over 45. I hope this question made sense. The complete working of the entire question is present in the description below for you to download. If you like this video, hit the subscribe button, and thank you so much for watching.